Hi girls, welcome back to another video. My name is Jenny Penton, founder of Planner Perfect, and Happy New Year, Happy 2023. In this video, it's going to be everything January setup. From everything I use my different traveler's notebooks for every day, right here. Grab your wine or coffee. Let's go. Okay, you guys, before I turn around and show you all of my setup, okay, now some of it, like my devotionals, I'm going to show you. I'm just not going to get too deep into it because I do want that to be a separate video because there's a lot of books I recommend. I really want to share that. And a lot of fun stuff that I really want to dissect with you for really great meaning, and I think it deserves its own show. So I can't wait to do that. I'm also going to be breaking down my 12-month process and my calendar down to monthly. I've even just tapped the surface of it for the new year. So I'm already in the process of breaking down these goals and I'm not completed. And it's something that should always be looked at and dissected and changed, adhered to, add to, take away. It's just always something in a part of the process. Another thing I want you really girls to take into consideration, I think a lot of times we always have all these questions like, I don't know what to do, I don't know what I'm good at, I'm not motivated, I'm not this, I'm not that, I'm not this, blah, blah, blah. It's really a common thing, and I think we all can agree that, yeah, it can happen. And I will have to say, I would really have to say, for being such a common problem, it is not one of my problems. And I feel that it's attributing to the way I do things is just probably my method and my planning process. I will have to say that if I do find myself where I don't tackle something I say I'm going to do, I just reevaluate the goal, quite honestly. Because to me, there's a reason why I'm not tackling it. I just feel like there's some sort of disconnect between the mind, body, that is not giving me my get up and go automatically that I feel that it should. Because honestly, these kind of things that you're motivated in doing and that you're wanting to do, you really should be writing enough of your whys and really should be motivated enough within your own goals and your own creative aspect of what you do with your whole life that really should be self-propelling. You really shouldn't be living life in all of these. And I think what can happen is you get segmented off where, you may be working in a place that you don't want to work. And so then that bleeds, you know what I mean? Or you're doing this part of your life over here that you're not liking. And so again, then that'll bleed. So we kind of, our life gets segmented where I definitely can go through different parts of my life where there's a struggle or there's something where I haven't reached my promised land on yet. But because I am motivated to go to God and to obtain the promises of Him, I just don't let my faith get shipwrecked for very long term, because I can tell when it's starting to get shipwrecked and I just get back up. And sometimes you need that cry, sometimes you need that journaling aspect to brain dump on, but nonetheless, you want to keep going. I want to share this too, and this probably should be shared even in a separate video and probably with my devotional one. But I want to share you something that God told me, and now I'm going to tell you because it really was a revelation for me. And it's really changed the whole course of my faith life and my faith walk. And so one of the things that I just kind of struggled in a way, because sometimes your hope can get deferred and in different areas of your life. And there's always this where God has already healed you, or but there's where God has these promises, our inheritance that is ours to grab hold of. And I never really understood that when your reality doesn't reflect it and doesn't reflect it for a very long time. I always thought, something is very wrong. I feel like either I'm expecting something too quick, either I don't know where my role is in this, I would always ask these kind of questions as time would tick by. And I said, God, I really need some revelation. I need you to help me understand these scriptures more so that I don't have shipwrecked faith. And he told me, and it was in the middle of the night, of course, because that's when I just happened to get up for a minute, and I was laying with my eyes open, and I asked God the question. And really, sometimes God doesn't answer right away, but this time I heard it and understood it profoundly. And I was, I was crying about it. It was that intense. But basically, he was telling me that there's this line, and I want you to view your life on this line as just being this parallel line, but at the end is your victory. You will win. Jesus has already come and redeemed us from our sin and saved us. Of course, we have eternal life. He saved us, and from the ways of the world and the curses of the world. He saved us from that. He's gave us a way of escape. He's given us the victory. And that is our end game. But what happens is on this line too there is that we go on the line and then we dip and then we lose trust. We give up for a while. It goes way, way down. The victory's over here, but we're so busy struggling and putting our hands in it and messing it up, trying to figure it out, dipping again, and then dipping a little bit, coming back up, dipping again. Rest assured that the end game is that you win, that you do obtain your victory. And I just really wanted to share that to you, for anyone who might be struggling in the fact that, maybe this isn't for me, this job I'm doing that I don't understand why it's this way for me, or maybe I'm not meant to share my story, or maybe I'm not meant to be the author I thought I was supposed to be, or maybe I don't have gifts and talents like Jenny says I do. I don't think I do, and maybe I should just give up. So the only way you don't reach that inheritance is doubt, unbelief, and giving up. And so, girls, I want you to stay on track, do less dipping, and keep going forward in faith. Sometimes it looks real messy. Sometimes it gets really worse before the breakthrough. Sometimes it looks like you're at your wit's end and there's no more you can take. But you're going to win. And if you already know the end game, then pick yourself up, and you might as well not complain, because that just dips you. Or when you speak words that contradict your inheritance, that dips you. You have to start all over again. And that's why things start to look so similar, where you're kind of circling around Mount Sinai forever and ever and ever, kind of like the Israelites, kind of grumbling, complaining. Like, what are we even doing here? What are we doing? Are we even moving forward? Watch your mouth, because your words are speaking life into everything that you do, good and bad. You will get hung by your tongue, and you do need to be very, very careful. And that was something that I really want to come into 2023 with you girls with. It took some time for preparation for me to even get my head gathered about what God wanted me to share. And it is our words. We're going to share about our words this year. I'm going to really, in different segments and different time frames, and I will let you know when those are. Through video and other platforms, we'll be talking about that in my community, about your words. It's the year of watching your words, and that you only speak truth, not your facts. Truth. You speak the truth of what God says about your life, not what the world says about your life, not about the evidence of what has already manifested. But what does God say about the end game? You can only speak that. Sometimes it's good to be like, this is going on, but, I know what my end game is. I know that I'm already a victor. So I celebrate in that God has already done this for me, and I take it. Maybe I don't see it yet, but I will, because I've already got it. And that's the kind of thing I didn't understand. What do you mean I already got it? I don't got it. And I intellectually understood, but I was like, I got it, but I don't get it. But I got it, but how can I already get it when I don't got it? How do I got it when I don't already have it? So I just go by faith. But no, now I get it. Did you follow that? Did you follow that? Okay, I really didn't, but it made sense in a way. I hope you picked it up. The end game is that you already have it because you already are going to win. You are already victorious in this fight. Whatever fight you're in, you've already got it. It's already won. Now put on your armor and let's go. Okay, girls, this is my setup and even only some. I even have a homeschooling one, and I have a couple of these. These are my devotional ones, okay? And I'm going to show you that. This is Coco. I'll show you. Loving this. I have books in there. I'm going to show you. This is the Bible I'm in. Also a neutral nude palette. I'm screaming. That's how much I love it. So again, I'm going to go real in depth in another video. But still wanted to show you kind of what I was up to and what to look forward to for the next video. Because that will be kind of, I'll do that for the next one. So what I have here is my business. This is I have all A5s, and Isabella A5. I've got my charms. These are sold in our store. This is my artwork, which makes it really, really fun. This is a bookmark, very, very thick, gorgeous, and extremely well made. My daisy looks really pretty as the bookmark on the back of the spine. And I really killed it with the Ollie clip I bought all their neutrals, which I'm in love with. So I have this. I have my everyday carry. We're going to talk about these tabs. I'm in love and I'm obsessed. I can't wait to talk to you about what I'm doing in here. This is Jaqueline A5, again, very beautiful, black and cream. And then I'm in Summer. She is a personal, and I'm using her as a wallet. Also, what's going to be listed today is the new prints that I'm offering. They are graphically done, but they will not disappoint, and I have them in some of my books. So I can't wait to share with you what is listing today and what will be available to you, and that's new to be able to purchase because they're outrageous. So whether you are starting something new, starting an Etsy shop, in business for yourself, working for someone else, whatever you do at your job, whatever you do, where you need to have a separate business planner, I'm going to show you what I'm doing. So I'm going to start off with that. And I can't get to where I have to be careful with what you see just because there's so many surprises. But I want to show you my setup. And even with this, I'm not even fully done, making it decorated. I've just been really taking my time working on what's inside, and I can't wait to make it even better. So we have these new prints. This is one of them. And it says projects. So these are all of my projects. So what I opted to do was to do all 12-month calendars for my business, and that way I could be writing down in the all dot grid, be writing down everything that I'm going to be doing for my projects at every month, which is so valuable to me, I can't even tell you, and to be able to brain dump that out. I then have for marketing, this is like my email marketing, when I tell all my girls that work for me everything I want to inspire you with, and they put it within my email system, like my new YouTubes, my new this, my new that. I want to make sure that you're seeing my new recipe, that you're seeing when, our new sales, things like that. So this has been really valuable for me as well. And again, it's a 12-month, so that way I know what I'm doing month by month. And it's absolutely beautiful. So this is a new print that'll be in the store today, and it has the zebra print. Is that gorgeous? This is very, very new. This backing has not been on before, but I wanted it on the back of her because I thought it was so perfect, and that print is gorgeous.
she's already in our store. So here I have this one, and it'll be available to use how you want. Maybe you do podcasts, maybe you do this and that. But this is for my YouTube. And again, it's a 12-month dot gridded so that I can write down everything I plan to be doing within each month for just YouTube. So I absolutely love this print, and it will be available too. So if you have social that you do, this might be a fun print that you might like. This is for my Facebook group, and it's called Girl Boss. It's called Classy and Fabulous. It says Girl Boss on it. It's Facebook. That's how I did my custom print. And if you're new, all of our books have graphic or my artwork on them, and you can customize it with your own script. So that's what makes it so cool. And this is for my Facebook. Again, it's a 12-month. So I absolutely adore this. And this was perfect for me, for my business. And the way that it works for me and where I'm not double doing it is that for my business or my everyday, is that when it comes to this, I'm working in this, and then I will even say in here, look at the, my business planner for all of the details, and I'll have a time blocked where, hey, I have a, Zoom call here, or I do this here. I have a pocket of time where I'm painting here, and I need to look at my business planner. It's just, it works so well and seamless together. So I've got the Daisy clip here. I've got Jaqueline A5. Let me show you my January setup. Everything that I'm going to be showing you here is mainly on Etsy. This is Ali Clip. This is Etsy. I think a lot of people know about it, but you'll be surprised in how many people don't. I've had this for a while. I love keeping little pocketbooks in just to scribble in notes. I have these neutral palette type of sticky notes that I love to have on hand. Of course, my 2023 girl, which you can't beat her with a stick. I've got my January book. I used a cute little tab. I have these up on I got them on Amazon for a January tab because it's cute. It's just super, super cute. And again, I told you that I was working in nudes this year, so I'm so excited about that. So I really did project organize, and that was another thing that I really wanted to talk to you girls about, that we're going to be working on how you can establish that yourself. Not where I'm telling you to go take out your, go clean out your closets, but more or less you get a clipboard and really look through your house. And I always find that the best way to do it is when you're taking down Christmas and you're putting things back out, you can really see where you might need to reorganize, where you might need to change things up and move things fresh and new around. And maybe some drawers need to be cleaned out. So that's how I did it. And I'm going to show you more about that in another video. So what I did was in the beginning of the year is that I wrote down everything that I really did want to organize. And I've done all of them except for one so far. My AM and PM routine, changing that up a bit. It's just kind of making and condensing and getting back into more of a structured routine. Whereas Christmas time gets a little lax, more fun, more holly jolly. Okay, so now I'm getting back into routine. And how I want to do them for my AM and what I want to have happen in my PM. And so I do know that right after lunch, I like 1 to 3 to be segmented for my sons, where I'm really looking at them and we're doing something. Whether we're out of the house learning, or we're inside of the house playing a game and doing puzzles and learning, or we're tackling some of our educational goals that we have. So that's what I have been doing that for. I also have Project Wellness for 2023. I also have some of my social here that I've done. But this is specifically just January. So that's why over in my 12-month, I'll kind of show you how I break these down. So for my wellness, I really want to kick it off. I have been very true to my diet and have never left it. The only thing that I did do was I worked a little too hard over Christmas, and I paid the price for that with my neck. I know that. So, but I'm back on game with paying attention to my body. I have to lay down every hour and drain my jugular vein, which sounds really gross, but my jugular vein is literally closed off completely when I am standing upright and looking straight forward. So I need to lay down every hour and then kink my neck back so that my brain can detoxify. while I do also curve correction with my neck with this thing, lumbar thing that I lay on over my neck. So every area, then I use that time to pray. So I tell you, it can be all consuming, but I'm really making an effort to pay attention to myself. I'm very, very paleo. My children, the whole family's paleo. Different things I'm taking. I've condensed my vitamins to just a multi and some fish oil. So I was taking handfuls. Now I've reduced them a little bit. I'm on the neck roll. It's my gratitude and my biblical stuff. I'm going to share with you more about that on what I'm doing and also what I'm reading. So I have these books that I want to have done for January. So I'm a really big avid reader. Right now I'm reading unschooling books. The two that are my top ones just for January are Free to Learn and Dumbing Us Down by John Taylor Gatto. Peter Gray, I think, is Free to Learn. But those guys have always been really instrumental to me. And so if anybody is even homeschooling and are interested in unschooling, which I've done with all of 8 of mine and still doing it, you can check them out. So again, I am using this pencil right now. This pen is Stettler. I don't know how to say it, but it's a beautiful brown and I love it. So I've been really using this pen a lot and loving it. And here I am just working through. Now, let me go on and show you my 2023 year. And look at how amazing these tabs are. I mean, now I got these on Amazon. You'll find them on my Amazon underneath planning supplies, okay? And, but I love the nude palette. And you know what? I love using it for the 12-month because it's like, okay, January's here. You know, here's May, and I'm just, you know, here's, what does it say, July, and I can find my months. So what I do here, I put notes here for the end, but this is for the end of the year, for December, this is what I want to have achieved by the end of 2023, and I plan on keeping going, and add to it and maybe even scratch things off. So this is definitely personal and business and everything, my whole life where I want to be. And, so then what I do is, so if let's say one of them is that I am, you know, paleo and sticking in and my health is complete perfection, then in January I'm putting over here that it's Project Wellness and we're kicking it off. And this would be continuing from month to month with changes that might be happening along the way. So maybe different therapies that I'm doing, or maybe I need to be, where I need to maybe talk to certain doctors that are going to be helping me out with my neck a little bit more. And again, this is a really great Christian doctor as well for my neck. And he talks about really releasing stress and not worrying and giving it to God and to watch our thoughts. And man, he was a man after my own heart. So it was pretty amazing. So also my book reads are in here. And then I pull from here and then I take it over and say, okay, you know what? I'm going to read some of my unschooling books and get those down. I like to read a book a week. And so these are here for the remainder of the month because in the beginning of the weeks, I was just kind of in and out of different books. Whereas here, I narrowed it down to, okay, I'm going to bang these 2 out. I also have a goal of reading the Bible in a year. So I am following, and again, I'm going to share this in my other video, but I'm reading, I really like this. I really do. And I use the Dwell app. So sometimes I'll even put in some AirPods and I'll have the Bible read to me or whatever. But I definitely like this. Now, a lot of times I'm very picky and I don't like too much commentary, or if it's cheesy, or if I just don't like what they're saying. I mean, it's like, you know, just, I don't like cliched prompts or things that I've heard a billion times before. I want someone that's really going to come along and give me a push or teach me something very new about the scriptures that really helps you dive deep. I don't want to stay on the surface. I want to dive deep. And I think that this is a perfect balance of just a little bit of everything, and I love it. And we'll go more into that and what is in here for my devotional video and what I'm doing. So I really, really, really love the tabs here. I love how they work. I love the red ollie clip with her red lipstick. Okay, I mean, these details matter. All right, let me tell you. I still have this. I had linked her before. It might be a tad festive, but I still love it. So I have a little ollie clip here that's brown. It's kind of a little dashboard here where I can also put my stickers. I've got this. And we talked about journaling and what we're going to be doing with journaling. And honestly, you know what I'm doing? I'm journaling. So every day, it is so important. I just get in there and I brain dump and I have gratitude and I have the victory. And even here, I wrote out exactly what God told me, where here's the victory, here's the line. Faith is here, but yet we dip down and worry and speak against our truth, and then we plant seeds of faith, and then down here we're digging them up, and then we come back up to faith. And no wonder why it takes us so long to obtain the victory. Now, a lot of times there are different things that's going on in the spiritual realm with angels or things or other things beyond what we know, and that is, we know that even from Daniel. But here we're dealing with our own doubts. We better make sure we're in check, or it's going to be like, you know, no wonder why we're shipwrecked. We're like over here, shipwrecked, you know, like dead. No. God said, get back up because I've already won it for you. You are an overcomer already in me. You've already got the victory. So that's where I write these kind of things down. I leave open pages so I can come back and draw. I bought a really fun color palette and colored pencils. I thought I would do those. And so it's an everyday diving in to 1 to 3 pages on scriptural insight of everything I'm learning, things that I want to add, things with my journey for my neck and what I'm noticing and all of that. Just keeping track of everything and loving every part of it. And also my children's journey and, you know, what we're doing. So this is a new print and it's a graphic. I obviously did not paint this, but I like the look of it and I love it. And I had my people put on here for me paleo meals. Hello. How cute is this? Okay. And so what I haven't even dove into this yet. I literally just got it. So I cannot wait to put our family favorites because girls, I can't even tell you. And I don't want to come across as tooting my own horn, but girls, I have been killing it in the paleo game and I can't wait to share because it's just clean, it's good food, and my children love it, and that's all that matters to me. I mean, anybody can say as an adult, especially an adult female, be like, love it, or, you know, that was really good because we have like those, you know, better palates, we have better tastes, right? But with children, it's such a, oh gosh, are you going to like this? And let me tell you, I've been nailing it. So this will be another video all in of itself and really feeding your family, getting a routine down, knowing how you're doing it so you can do it well. Because honestly, everything should really be simple and things can be simple with some forethought and some scripting. Mind you, every single page in your planner is literally a vision board. You know how we say that vision boards work? I've spoken about this about 1 billion times, but when you write your pages down in such depth where you are being intentional as though every day is holy in your life, that everything you do has been well thought out and drawn out, and you are making sure to hold yourself accountable to your own goals and dreams. These are vision boards. How do you want to be when you wake up? What does that look like? What are you going to wear? What are you going to do? Who are you going to serve? Are you going to get those devotions in you? Are you going to take a walk? Who am I? Who can I meet? Who can I help? Who can I call? What can I do? Everything in your life is something where you've got a vision. And when you're in that state of creativity, God just comes along and just sprinkles more in. And you just get this momentum. And that's living off of a vision for your life. And your vision is your descriptive script of how you want to live. And I don't care if every day is the same, then you're doing something wrong. I mean, so not every day can be just a routine where and then that's good because you've got to have your house run like a well-oiled machine. But you also need to be feeling those butterflies, girls, that you're trying something absolutely new, that you're trying something you've never tried before, and you're stretching yourself like a rubber band, and you are growing and becoming. And that's what you need to do. Your life should not look the same. You do if you don't have a plan for your life. I've had women say, "Well, I'm fine without any of a plan, or I go to work, I come home, and I live spontaneous." But I will tell you this: if you live by the seat of your pants, you will just be like a cork floating on the water. I know you've heard that before, but it's true. You just take everything as it comes, and you're navigating rough waters. Whereas when you come from a point of being proactive about things, you know what you want already. You know what you don't want. You know how to, no one really accounts for all of the little things that happen. And I do. I account for it. Like, well, after dinner, I think it's going to be, if I'm going to have grandbabies here and all that, me cleaning and saying, just writing down as a to-do list type of style fashion, clean the kitchen. Well, no, duh. But if I really thought about it, how am I going to do it if XYZ I know is going to cause a problem? Do I need help? How do I plan on accomplishing that? Some things take more thought than just a bullet point. And again, I will stress again, it's the new year. I'm going to say it again. To-do lists are not separate from you. They are you. Okay? So make them, own them, and break them apart and open them up and really talk about those to-dos. Why are you doing it anyways? A lot of times we just write down things to look like we're busy, but busyness does not equate success. Not at all. It's the quality and the direction you're going that matters. You could have the most low-key day and you've got a couple things speckled where you have just accomplished great feats. So don't feel like a to-do list is like your marker for how great you are, or if that you're actually, moving the marker. That is no marker gauge. What activities you're doing matter, where they're taking you for the end game. A lot of people go through life and they don't even know where that end game is. Like, what is your end goal anyways? Like, where are you wanting to land? It's so important to where you know where you want to land, because then writing your day-to-day plans and scripting that out is a breeze, because you know your end game. You want to know where you want to go in the end. Like, where do you want to be? Like even for me, I'm like, this house will not be my last house. I know where I want to be, and I know what I want to have, and I know what that looks like, and I just have that in my mind. I mean, like I don't just say, well, I'll just stay here, and if we have money, then we could do this, and if we don't, no big deal. I just look at it like this is something that I really, really desire. I'm going to write this down, and I'm going to write goals to make it. I mean, they're just, you don't want to ever, you just always go on, everything is about, belief anyways. And do you believe in your goals, or do you just always shaky? Do you only determine whether or not you can make it by your circumstances? Or what's your gate? Obviously that would be your circumstances. So you want to really train yourself to have faith, and that's going to be in your everyday life. So if you literally are just winging it and on a wing and a prayer, you're not really aiming at anything, and so you're not really going to hit any one thing. It'll be so intermittent and so shoddy that you won't. It will not bring you the results that truly matter, and also the kind of life that God wants you to have. Because God came to give us life and to give it more abundantly, and that means in everything. Our relationships are enriched because we know how to, to have a vision and to work on those relationships and to love. With our home and how we care for our homes, which is like holy ground, How are our intentions with that? If we just have an attitude of just whatever it will be, then that's what we'll get, is whatever will be, will be. But I will tell you this, how you dress, how you act, and what you do is a reflection of how you feel and who you are. So if you get dressed and you look good for the day and you're caring for your family without any return, then that shows integrity and a humbleness and a grace and a love and a mercy that surpasses everything. And you know, it's knowing who you are, and your life reflects it. So girls, begin in the end and then work your way back. So remember that when you're planning your life. So aside from the beautiful you know, tabs, and they're useless if your goals aren't just full of life and intention and how you can serve. I'd have to say 90% of my goals are how to serve, who I'm serving, my family, my husband, their meals, how I fold my clothes, my family's clothes, how I fold our towels, and how they present themselves even when you open up a closet. They deserve to see beauty wherever they look. I pride myself in having an organized and a beautiful home. How I present myself is a reflection of how I feel about myself. And I want my children to see confidence, and I want them to see that I matter. I don't want them to see me harried and I never have time and I'm pointing fingers. And we start to play blame games when we don't remember that the oxygen mask actually has to go on us first in order to serve. So my life is about serving, but then, you know, that 10%, which seems like a small bracket, but I think I'm really overrun. There's just me, you know, the rest is the world and my family and friends. And so, and who I serve and making a mark in this world. And so it's like that 10% is really devoted to working on me and my time with God, and 10% as in I'm working on, you know, all of that is me, but all of that then is taken out into the world. Just remember that also when you're planning, because this could be as beautiful as it's wanted. You could have all the newest beauty to look at, but if you don't fill it with your intentions and treat it as just holy ground, you really are going to be missing the mark time and time again. So let's change that for 2023 and know our end game. And God will lead us there every single step of the way. You can dream bigger than yourself and don't limit God, and let's go. And I'll show you what that looks like as we go. And I showed you a little glimpse of how you can take all these big, huge goals and where you see yourself in 12 months, and how every month then you can crack open your goals and you can say, you know what, I'm going to pull from that and I'm actually going to start doing this, this, and this. And that's how you would proceed. So as I go further, I do have that paleo meals. And so this is where I really take into account of feeding my family really, really well. It's a lot of effort, but it's still simple. They're just real food. You know, we always act like we're so inconvenienced, I myself included. Like, you know, it would be so much easier to throw my kids some Twix and some milk and ignore health issues or even health consequences later. But a lot of what we do takes effort in order to achieve excellence. And the same goes for meals. And so here I am, and I can't wait to share you more with that. So here's the back of that, by the way. So, so cute. Again, available today as this video is released. I have moved over to a pocket for my to-go, okay? And I can't wait to show you. This is summer in a personal. I've got this really cool cream here, little baby ollie clip. I've got my brown little marker pen. And here again, this is my wallet. I've got bills in here. If you're new to me, you know, these offer such possibility. The out and about is awesome. And so I put away, sometimes I just change in and out. Sometimes I'm like, I'm an everyday wallet girl today. And then the next time I'm like, I'm going to be a sunshine wallet next week. And then today, and as of this week, I have been out and about girl wallet. And she fits perfectly and snug in my tote. And I just absolutely love it. So here's a new print. Look at how cute. She's my grocery day. Available in all of our sizes. So this will be, just got this one, and she will be my grocery list. We offer these in our store. And look at the back, how cute. And then I have a calendar. I just have 2 books in this. And then this is my calendar if I'm out and about and need a calendar. And I tell you what, I don't do many appointments, so this might be barren, but I still like having it handy to have. And then if I need to ever transfer something, I will. And so again, here's the back where I've got, these are more like, I like having the front and the back with the pockets because we all have a lot of different cards, like, you know, this is Top Golf. I mean, it's like having all of these back here, and then you got all your everyday, you know, going to Pottery Barn, you know, but, you know, my most frequent, I should say. Then, you know, you've got Costco and stuff over here. I've even put another book in here just because I love having all that kind of stuff handy. And this is how I'm planning in it. This goes to the store with me. I run errands with it. I could go to a coffee shop. I have everything in here with me. I also just might add, and you know, even if I wanted to take notes or whatever, I could add another personal-sized book and add that in here. If I want to sit at a coffee shop and take notes, I could do whatever I freaking wanted. Where is my? I had another little book, but I think I must have left it. But anyway, even stuff like this. I mean, even if you put a little book in here or something, it's still very, very, very cute. But even this notebook alone is absolutely perfect. I love these pocket-sized books. They're just delicious. Be looking for pocket-sized TNs 2023. My Isabella A5. I've got my Jaqueline A5 for my everyday. And then I have my summer, that very beautiful nude palette for my wallet. I also have my Jaja as an accessory bag. Believe me, I love and miss my Jaja TN. That's why I love changing out my TNs all the time. It's like changing out your socks, your underwear. You can do it daily. But I'm loving the nude palette. I love the browns, and it's just perfect time of year for it. And so you just never really get bored, ever. And so in here are all my nude pens and highlighters that I use on the daily with my planning. So I'm using Jaja for that. They hold Tombos, all sorts of pens perfectly. I've got the Adele Daisy planning accessory bag. And this is where I put in this is my whiteout tape. If you guys haven't gotten this yet, I don't know what you're waiting for. But if I make a mistake, because our paper is like white now, you literally put this on and you don't see nothing, okay? So you can make a mistake and actually white it out, okay? You're welcome. Then I have this, just because you never know when you need it, that tape. And then, of course, I have all of my just different washies that are seasonal. And my scissors, got to have that. And I've got a little, I don't know why this is in here, but it's another little sticky tape. That's what I keep with me. And so really briefly, I'm going to show you what I'm using for my travel, all of my devotional stuff. And I'm not going to dive into it deep. I will do that next week. But let me show you what I've got going on. And I absolutely love it. I'm in Coco. I'm in a lot. Some of them are just not worked in as much at a time, but they're there. And then I do have my Bible, which I love all of it together. And then I'm working in this bag for all of my nude palette markers in here. But let me tell you, and make no mistake, I love this so much that I'm having the people that I work with make me one of these. Can you please give me comments on what you think about that? Because I love this so much. So I'm branding one and making it myself. So that's what I use for my devotions, is the fuzzy one. And I haven't worked in this totally yet. I'm going to show you this next week. But this is the James method, I think. Is it? Does it say that? The James method. So I kind of liked how this was. Now, I've got to dive into it in order to really give a review on this. The first thought is I don't like the size. I think it's way too big. But yet, I appreciate it, okay? So we'll talk about that at another time. So let's start with Coco. So within Coco here, as you can see, instead of the notepad in the back, I put my highlight pens, and these are actually Crayola, just nude. And then I have books in here. So let me just open it up. So these are some of my old Tiffins. Love them. She is clothed in strength and dignity. Love that. If you guys know me at all, know I love John Eckhart. Prayers that activate blessings. Love this book. I have Lessons from Elijah. Now, I love Andrew Womack. And so I'm studying Elijah and Lessons from David, How to Be a Giant Killer. Sign me up. So that's that. I'm studying these two books as well in my daily devotions as I read through the Bible. Then this is kind of extra. And I like to do that sometimes in the evening as well. So I kind of like putting these in here. These markers are just the Crayola, and I love them. You see that? They're so cute, honestly. And I kind of like them just sitting there up at the top. And sometimes they might want to fall down, but once you get them in there, they stay up. And it doesn't make it too, lumpy or clumpy. I like it. And I put my girl here, wonderfully made. And that's what I have in my Coco. I know I was getting a lot of questions about that. And then in this one, where I've got Adele, and this is B6, I've got my charm. I've got my bookmark up here. But here is where I have Be Strong and Courageous. I've got my little pocket focus journal here. And again, I'm going to go in depth next week. Prayer journal, Pray Without Ceasing. These are all in our store. Gratitude, scripture, and prayers that bring healing. These fit perfect. This is another John Eckhart book, and it fits perfectly in our B6s. So I absolutely love, love, love it. And then I have my Jaja B6. Now, you know who else I love is Derek Prince. Pulling Down Strongholds. I really like him. He's amazing. He's passed, but I love him. I've got this book, which I love. It's just a notebook, just a journal. Be the Good. She Believed, So She Did. One of my tip-ins. So I've got the hydrangea in here, just notes. And what I was doing the James Method myself in here. Scripture memory. And then this one was word study. And then this one is verse memorization. So, and then Prayers That Move Mountains is by John Eckhart. It goes really well in here in this one. So that is my Bible study. It's a lot, but I love it. So anyway, girls, that is all of everything that I am consumed with in 2023. This is a lot of fun that you can choose from to get your life up and going on the right track. Give me some comments below on what you would like to see this year from me on my YouTube channel. And until next time we're together, bye you guys.